Later on that night, got to meet her, and the first thing she said, "Hey, you're the guy with the cute kids," because we had my son and daughter out on the field, and so I'm like, "Dang!" Okay. I was like, "I think I just became a T Swift fan." Like
That's
we're the
awesome.
same age, so I always heard her music.
Yeah.
I have met Taylor. She's very, very sweet. She found a way to compliment everyone that she talked to. I don't understand why she's getting all the hate. She's an awesome person, awesome artist all around.
So I love these kind of stories about Taylor. Check out what Chiefs player James Winchester had to say about meeting her for the first time in this video.
Fan base that came into town, and they call themselves
Swifties.
the Swifties.
The Swifties.
How has that been?
Yeah, that was an interesting spectacle.
Yeah.
But
And how did that, tell me how it all, transpired? Because rumors started, I'm sure TMZ or E! News or whoever broke this maybe possibility of Trav and T Swift dating.
Yes.
How did it break?
So, we'd heard rumors, the Trav posting, the friendship bracelets and things like that, and I mean, those guys are always talking about this and that. So, you're just kind of it just comes with those guys. And Trav, I mean, he's one in a million, right? I mean, he's just a incredible football player, but his personality and as an entertainer, I mean, he's just off the charts. So, we kind of heard, but just whatever. It wasn't until the Chicago game, we're playing in Kansas City against Chicago. It's towards the end of the game, and there had been, rumors circulating, Trav and Taylor and I had one of our equipment managers, Jay White. I was standing with him on the sideline, and we were doing pretty well that game. We were winning pretty big. And I just made this comment. I said, "Jay, I think this whole thing is just made up. I think it's just a big rumor." And Jay looked at me and he goes, "No, dude, she's here." And I was like, "What? What do you mean she's here?" And he goes, "No, she's right there." And he's like, "No, seriously." He turned to me and was like, "Look right there and just go down a little bit right there." And I'm
This was during a game.
During the game, yeah. This was during the game, probably, I don't know, third or fourth quarter. And I'm like, that's it. That's Taylor Swift. That's cool. She's here.
Yeah.
So my first response, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. So I walked up to Trav in the game, and we were on the sideline, and I just said, "Hey man, that's cool. She's here." And he's like, "Wait, what do you mean?" He's like, "Did they put her up on the jumbotron or something?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Jay just told me right there." I was like, "That's awesome, man. Good for you." And he's just kind of smiling, "Oh yeah," kind of blushing. And so
great.
later on, the whole deal. Later on, we're walking up the ramp, and him and her go get on the cart, and so we're walking by and made some jokes to him on the way by, and later on that night got to meet her, and the first thing she said, "Hey, you're the guy with the cute kids," because we had my son and daughter out on the field, and so I'm like, "Dang!" Okay. I was like, "I think I just became a T Swift fan."
That's awesome.
We're the same age, so I always heard her music.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself a Swiftie?
I mean, I'm a fan of her, because being around her this year and hearing everything, she's just such a genuine person, and where it might have got old for a lot of people seeing all of that posted, for us, it was great. It wasn't a distraction. Couldn't be happier for Trav and her, and that whole deal seems like a really good thing for him and her. And it was cool. And then her support all the way through the Super Bowl. I mean, it was awesome. I'm sure him and her both got tired of them showing them and making stuff. So those out there who were a little got tired of the T Swift stuff when they were watching the Chiefs. I'm sure they got a little tired of them showing themselves too. So it was, it's kind of a mutual deal there. But no, she was great. I mean, getting to meet her family and be around her and have conversations throughout the year, it was a lot of fun. And always we're the same age, so all of her music going back to 2006, 2007. I remember a lot of it. And so it was a cool thing to finally get to meet her. And it was awesome. It was a cool deal, and couldn't be happier for Trav and her.
That's awesome, man.
It was fun. Yeah, it was cool.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh man, that's a good one. Probably the "Shake It Off," because my kids love that song. They dance to it.
I'd get a "Shake It Off" too.
And going back, I guess to add a wrinkle to this whole thing, I had 9 women in my family, including my wife, my mom, sisters, cousins, that all went to her concert at Arrowhead this summer.
Yeah.
Well, I got kind of conned into going to this thing. I didn't plan on going to this concert, but they're like, "Hey," so I was the one dude that went to this thing, and it was impressive. Actually seeing the show that she put on, and all the excitement around it. After watching it, I had a little different viewpoint. I'm like, man, she's an incredible, songwriter, singer, and entertainer.
Yeah,
correct. And then had no idea that the rest of the stuff that we'd be meeting her in October, and that we'd get to be around her some. So just a cool thing to look back on, and all the women in my family were going nuts over that.
Oh yeah.
But
I think I'm contractually obligated to ask a Taylor Swift question as a TMZ employee.
All right, that's here.
Have you met her?
I'm sure they'll be coming all week with the Super Bowl.
I'm just going to ask you one. Have you met her yet?
I have met Taylor. She's very, very sweet. She found a way to compliment everyone that she talked to. I don't understand why she's getting all the hate. She's an awesome person, awesome artist all around.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Maybe you guys win the Super Bowl, you get a little T Swift performance at the after party or something, right?
Yeah, maybe, but I'm sure she'll be busy celebrating with her man. So
yeah.
I'm sure they'll have something set up for us.
People see the whole Taylor Swift and Travis, and they make it a huge deal because it is a huge deal. I think it becomes a bigger deal to the fan bases than it does to the guys that are actually in the building. And I've been lucky enough to meet Taylor and see how good of a person she is. I think you understand why it's not become a distraction or anything like that, because everybody cares about being the best they can be every day. We'll see when we get to the off season. Maybe I'm like traveling to Europe to go to a concert or something.
All on social media, you was a Swiftie.
Hey,
it was
McCall a Swiftie?
He was a Swiftie.
He
became a Swiftie.
I got invited into that. Like, I wasn't there.
All right, bro. That's all right.
That's cool. Hey, listen, that's probably one of the, she's probably the famous person in the world right now. Hey, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now that's crazy too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the money she brought to the NFL and the attention that she brought to the team is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I just feel like, hey, man.
How much did that have to change things though, when like the games were different? You know what I mean? Like for you guys, it is okay. Let's just focus on our job.
Right.
But it was every televised biased game. If Travis make a play, miss a play, they got a shot of the booth. The security was different, right? There are the normal pictures you take with friends and family now do different things socially. Right. You used to take a picture in the, post game or something like that, and it was just us sharing. And for y'all, it's still the same thing, right? Because I know how it is. This is my teammate. This is my teammate's significant other. This is what we do.
Right.
But it changes when it's Taylor Swift. How much of the difference did y'all actually feel as a team?
I don't think really, to us, it really wasn't nothing because it's Trav, bro. Like, if anybody's going to do that, it's Trav that's going to get that right there. You know what I'm saying? It's Travis that's going to do it. But, like, Trav just such a cool dude. Yeah. And Taylor's so cool, bro. Like, even, like, going to the crib and, like, meeting her and whatever type thing, he had to get together, whatever. Or even after the game, like, she's so cool, like, where she just, oh, hey, how you doing? And whatever. And she just vibe. It's just, like, who she is like, the magnitude of what everybody else around and make it seem like. But to everybody else, it's, all right, cool. It's Taylor. Like, what's up? How you doing? And we keep it at that. It is that. Oh, this is my significant other.
Right.
Oh, how you doing? Because to us, we're not looking at that. But when we leave, like, man, damn, that's Taylor Swift. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you thinking. But in the moment, you're like, okay, what's how you doing? You keep it cool, you keep it player. You know what I'm saying? But when you get back home, like, hey, boy, that's fucking Taylor Swift, boy. You know what that is? Like, hey, like that's crazy. Like, even my girl, like.
You caught the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
You blacked out. You came back.
Yep.
You got your ball.
Right.
Then she came and she hugged you and she told you something. Were you back all the way to even comprehend what she told you after the game?
Oh, yeah, I was good then.
What'd she say?
Yeah, she was just like, I think she was like, good job, proud of you, good game. Like, man, it was crazy. Then she said something about those magic, they said, you and these magic tricks, because when I first met her, like, I was doing magic tricks with the cards. I got a few tricks I can do with the cards. And she was just like, this is crazy, like, whatever. And every time she see me, she talk about it. So then she was like, man, you on these cards, you just got your hands are magical or something she was saying like that. Like, you catching the game-winning touchdown, and she was saying that. So it was kind of cool saying that. But I was back by then, though.
So it's always great to hear about the good impressions Taylor has had on Trav's team, because it speaks to how personable and genuine she truly is. And people can definitely sense and recognize that. For more great stories about Taylor, watch this next video.